Hello, Infiniteers. I am back in the Nautilus along with Joy because today I have a special guest with me who'd like to say something to you.
Good morning, Mrs. Toybox here. I just wanted to thank all of you for your thoughts and prayers during my recent health issue.
Yeah, 4 weeks ago today. It's hard to believe, but we were at the hospital and you were having surgery. So I'm sure everybody's wondering, how are you feeling?
Well, it's been a It has been hard work of recovery to this point, but each day we are seeing improvements and I am feeling better and better.
Yeah, you are doing better. We went to the grocery store a couple of days ago, and she walked the store with me, and when we were all done, she wasn't out of breath, and she didn't feel weak in her legs. So already from a stamina standpoint, she's come further than she was even before the surgery. So that's really good that you're doing better.
Well, now that I'm feeling better and able to do things on my own, the professor can get back to doing what he loves to do, which is exploring the world of all things Disney Infinity. I hope you all enjoy his efforts. Again, thank you for your encouraging words and prayers. Without the Lord's help, this experience would have been much more difficult to handle.
And that is very true. We saw a lot of answered prayers, and I can't even begin to tell you all of those because I don't have time for that. But anyway, just thought you might like to hear from Mrs. Toybox, so I think at this point I will let her go, and we'll continue on with the video. Okay? All right. So at this point you can hand upstairs and
Bye.
bye. All right. And because she is doing better, I do have a little time today to work on the Nautilus. So I thought I'd do a little video here to put the finishing touches on the Wheelhouse. And to save time, I have already brought out the interior toys. And the first thing I want to add is the ship's wheel. And I didn't think I had anything that I could use for this, but K-Tune, Mighty 287, and Jet Blast 190 all reminded me that we do in fact have a ship's wheel. It's the Steamboat Willie piece from the interior toys. And I think that's going to work pretty well. Now, another thing that I was thinking of using up here was out of the electronics and appliances. I think I go right to get there the quickest. Maybe. Might have been quicker to go the other way. But there's a Star-Lord wall canister that I'm looking for. There it is. And I thought maybe some of these up here, and I'm going to have to move some of these walls, but I thought maybe one here, one on the other side might be good. So we'll put those out there like that. I don't know that we want to do any of these air vents up here. This doesn't really fit. And neither does the fan. So, and neither does the security camera. So we'll leave those. And then out of wall hangings, let's see. If we go this way, I want to put a map up here. I gotta scroll over to find it though. That was sure good to hear how Mrs. Toybox is doing. At least I hope it was for you. I always like hearing her talk about how well she's doing. Alright, so this is going to sit up here. Either this one or this one. Trying to decide which way to go here with this thing. I think probably the Neverland map might be the way to go. Okay, I'm going to set this out here like that. And I think I'll just do the one. All right, and then the other thing I was thinking was seating and beds. We're not going to use these this time, but next time I'm planning to build the crew quarters. So I want to put a couple of these out here for that. And I think that's about all I'm going to do for that. I don't want to put anything else out there for that. Okay, so that is it for the interior pieces. And so now let's see if we can move some of these pieces here. I got to be careful though because I have these coming through. So let's move this one. I'm just concerned about the corner of that piece. So I'm going to slide this piece out. And we'll do this on the other side as well so I can remember which one I'm working on here. And we also have to remove the floor piece here. And that piece as well. Let's see. Yep, that one. And by the way, I am still posting videos every day to my other channel, the Disney Infinity Archive channel. I may not have had time in the past month to produce anything for this channel, but I have been posting stuff on the other one because it's pretty easy to upload things that already exist. Oh, gotta move another block there. I didn't have to produce anything with the archive channel. I'm just posting existing videos. So that works out good. But again, I hope you've enjoyed what I've been posting there. If you haven't checked out my archive channel yet, be sure to do that. I'm going to be posting a lot of really cool stuff in the next few weeks, including the first batch of lost episodes for Toy Box TV. The first one's going to go up on June 8th, I believe, and that's episode 27. Looks like we got to move this upper piece too. We'll just slide that up. So I've got several episodes, lost episodes of Toy Box TV that nobody's seen since the Disney Infinity channel went down. Something else that's coming up next month are all of the live streams and videos for the first annual Toy Box Summit in 2014. And those will be going up, I think, starting on the 15th or something like that. And then, of course, I've got some rare trailers that are going to be going up for 2.0. I've got some other neat things, too. I'm going to post a full list of what you can expect to see in June on my blog tomorrow. So if you're interested, you can check that out. You'll find a link to it on the community tab on my YouTube channel. But well, we got those things in place. Actually, before we move those back, let's see what we need to move to put this map over here. Alright, so I'm going to have a table surface here in a little bit. So this is probably going to need to sit right here, which means I got to move that one and move those two blocks out as well. Alright, so this block, and I got to be careful again because I got some pieces over here. That I had attached to a path before. I think I will be okay though. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, got some really neat stuff. I've been, of course, watching all of these for myself. These videos that I've recovered. And some really cool stuff there. I gotta move that too, don't I? Might have been smart to move all of this ahead of time, but I kind of wanted to open up the video with the wheelhouse still intact. There it is. Alright, so we'll slide that back here. Okay, now we can put all the pieces back. But yeah, the Toy Box Summit was really interesting. I think you guys are going to like that. The live streams for that are long. The first day was about 3 hours. And there's actually 2 live streams there. It got broken up into 2 files. And day 2 was about a 4-hour live stream. So about 2.5 and an hour and a half were the lengths of those videos. But it is packed with a lot of really cool things. Alright, so then this slides over here. Like so. It's really hard to get in here to see what I'm doing. But, oh yeah, I gotta bring those roof pieces down too. And then the floor. And then the ceiling. And then we'll see what we got. Alright, so we have Steamboat Willie's ship's wheel. Got a couple of canisters on the sides for decoration and the map over there. Alright, coming along. Next thing I want to do, I want to make a change to this rear window. And Jet Blast 190 had suggested using some upside down vertical ramp blocks on either side of the window. So I want to take this out. And I want to take that out on either side of this thing. And the piece that he was talking about was this one. And I think that looks a lot closer to what we had in the movie. So I like that suggestion a lot. Thank you, Jet Blast. Appreciate that. Okay. Now next, there was from the screenshots, and let me pull these up so I can show you. There's a couple of tables, work surfaces. There was one here and one over here. And the one on this side of the room you can see in this picture. It's behind the periscope. And the one on the other side over here, you can see that in this screenshot from the movie. It's behind the crewman on the right. If you look past him, that's where you see that table, kind of in front of Nemo there. And so I want to put a couple of work surfaces up there, but I don't want to do exactly what I did down here in the chart room, because they weren't elevated like this. They were actually, looked like they went all the way to the floor. And so what I was thinking of doing for that was maybe using a couple of these long blocks and sticking those up here. That would create a nice long work surface there. And I want to style these with the same theme we used for the Endor piece, for the piece down there, which was the Endor texture. Endor hanger wall, I believe. Yep. We'll set this one to be the same. And these need to sit about halfway into the floor, so I'm going to have to attach them to a path. And I don't want to fill this thing up with paths, but we have this one down here that I thought we could reuse. So I'm going to attach the first one here to that. So we'll do a new path connection, and then we'll adjust the block properties to move that up where it's got to go. Toy box path. All right. And trying to figure out where I can put the camera here to get the best view. Let's try it here. So we'll open the logic menu, go into here to anchor the camera. Toy box path, and let's start with the vertical offset. And trying to get this up here. Let me go up 12. Come out of this and go find that block. There it is. Alright, so if we come in here, new path connection. Nope, not new path connection. Silly thing. And I didn't mean to pick it up. Fortunately, it didn't give me a problem with that. This is the one I'm trying to get back to. All right, let's see where this sits. All right, so it's got to go over to the left there a little bit. And it's got to drop down too. All right, so we will open up the menu, go into here to anchor the camera. Properties, toy box path. So it looks like the vertical offset's going to be 10. And if I swing this around, can I get a good look at that? No. So I'm not sure if it's horizontal. Let's see, change that to -2 and see where this thing goes. Alright, so that's the right height. Unfortunately, it moved it away from where I wanted it to go, so it looks like +2 is what we need. Horizontal +2. There we go. That looks pretty good. Alright, now we'll do the same thing on the other side. So, new path connection. We'll attach that to the path over on this side, which is right there. I had it. There we go. Alright. Properties, toy box path. Let's try the same. Yeah, that goes the right way there. Vertical offset 10. And there we go. That looks pretty good. So we got those two work surfaces in there now. Okay, we had some extra pipes and things over here, so I'm thinking maybe what we want to try doing He's adding in a kiln piece, like, let's say this one. Something like that. Just for a little extra detail up here. Trying to get in here where I can kind of see what we got. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Now the last detail, there was a periscope here. And I'm not quite sure what to do with that, because there's a couple of things we could do here. If we look under platforming toys, we have the pipe climbs. I'm actually thinking the flagpole might be best, but that unfortunately sticks up out of the ceiling here, and I don't think that's going to work. And that one is too short. So we're either going to have to use one of these. Yeah, I think we're going to have to use one of those. And unfortunately, where this needs to sit, it's going to be hitting the ceiling, so we're going to have to attach this to a path. So let me drop it out here. And while I got it out where I can see it, let's see how we want to style this thing. Do we want to do gray? Do we want to do the blue? I don't think we want to use green. I guess we'll leave it blue. Doesn't look transparent, but that might be our best option. Alright, and then for which path to attach it to, I'm thinking probably this one here. And then we'll have to adjust parameters on this. So a new path connection. Play box path. Now selecting this is going to be a challenge. And seeing this selection. Let's see if we go into the logic menu. That's the pipe climb. Good. Alright, let's anchor the camera. Go into the properties, toy box path. I think we're just going to do horizontal offsets here. Forward, backward. That goes forward. This is coming towards me. Let's start with 2 and 2 and see where that puts us. Alright, I think the forward-backward offset needs to come back another 4. Because I'd like that back here, about where the yellow dot is from the spark on the floor. So we'll anchor the selection. I wish that wouldn't zoom out quite so far. There we go. And that puts it there. So now if we come out of the editor, here is our bridge. We got a little bit of pipe there on the wall. That's kind of blank, but I'm not sure what we could do there. I'd really love to have that map above the table surface, but I don't think that's going to work. I'm actually thinking maybe that's up a little too high. Let's try lowering that. All right, see, where are we at here? Here we go. And I'm not going to bother with the camera. I'm just going to drop the vertical offset by 1. That's a little better. Same thing on the other side. And let's see how that looks. Alright, we have a work surface that's the right height with no gap underneath. I like that. And it's kind of long like the one in the movie, which also helps fill the space a little bit. We got our map over here, a little bit of decoration. We have our ship's wheel, most importantly, and our periscope over here. That is not looking too bad, guys. I like that. All right, I think this is a good stopping point for today. When I get a chance, I'll come back and work on the last interior section of the ship, which is the crew quarters. But until then, I want to thank you for watching. It's good to be back making videos again. Before you go, leave a comment and let me know what you think of the completed wheelhouse. And if you have any ideas for decorations to put up here or over here, I would love to hear your ideas. I do want to leave room, maybe about right here or so, for a button, or could even be back here, I suppose, for a button that's going to submerge the submarine. But I could even put that on one side or the other here, but I need some kind of decoration, at least on one side, to kind of fill that empty space there. So if you have any ideas, let me know. And as always, please like and subscribe if you enjoy what I do and want to see more content like this. That's all for me today. I'll see you next time.